add-ons, and Jinro stimming up. He's going to have to get into position quickly. He's going to lose one Rax. One Rax goes down. There's quite a few medevacs. I'm not sure why Jinro is falling back. I think he could take this. Nice micro there, picking up the siege tank to avoid some further damage. The dropships, a couple of them going down. But I think Amanda, I think he's going to have to fall back. Yes, he is going to have to fall back. There's just way too many medevacs. Let's take a look at the army count, guys. 86 supply for Jinro. Over 70 for the Zerg player. I think if I was Amanda right now, I would definitely be in a desperate position. Whoa, what happened to this expansion here? I don't even know. It looks like Jinro came in with a dropship and actually picked it off. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see this. Jinro here multitasking so well. Even when his main base was under attack, he was able to take out that gold expansion. That is huge. That is huge. Now the Zerg player was able, he was able to save most of his drones, it looks like. But wow, the gold expansion getting sniped out is a huge loss for the Zerg player. And Jinro is all over the map. He is all over this game, guys. And I think, oh man, I mean, this strike force might have gotten taken out, but he took out the hatchery. That's all that matters. And he is getting this command center back up and operational. Alright guys, let's take a look at the army counter here. Both players relatively even. Income tab showing players relatively even as well. I think the Terran player and the Zerg are pretty much even at this point. Units tab, I think both players pretty standard, but I think at the end of the day, Jinro is probably ahead. I like how he sniped off this hatchery. He's forcing Amanda to rebuild that. He's got, I think, just a better composition of units. He's got dropships to heal his infantry. 2 siege tanks is going to be huge with that siege mode. And all Amanda has is just mass Hydra. And unfortunately, Marines actually decimate Hydralisk. Let's take a look at the upgrades, though. Hydra's at 1-1, infantry at 0-1, mech at 0-0, and Amanda is loading up some of his Hydras here. It looks like he might be thinking about going for some kind of a drop, but he does need to unload because there's a pretty threatening Terran force about to knock on his front door. If he moves too far back, then he's going to allow Jinro to take out this gold. I don't think he wants him to. I don't think he wants to lose this, but he does cancel. Huge loss there for Amanda, just kind of giving his hatchery away. And now Jinro is pushing in. He does have siege tanks sieged up to cover from the south, and Jinro is going to push in. He's going to snipe out this queen easy peasy. The overlords are slowly limping their way back into the Terran player. Are they going to drop off and do some critical damage here? All the Hydralisks unloading one by one, and it's going to be pretty close. It's hard to tell who's going to come out ahead, but the medevacs are healing overhead, and I think Jinro is going to come out ahead, but more Hydralisks come in from the east. Wow, this is such a close battle, but I think the Hydras with 1-1 upgrades are just barely going to be able to defeat Jinro, and this game is far from over, ladies and gentlemen, as Amanda actually held off pretty well, but he lost his gold. I don't like how he lost the gold, guys. And Jinro actually has some reinforcement, and now Amanda really needs to hold on to this front door. I think he will be able to, but the income tab, it's starting to show a difference, I think. I think that Jinro soon is going to be able to come out ahead. I'm surprised that he hasn't grabbed an expansion yet. Huh. He's only mining off of, he's actually starting to get mined out. And I think Jinro really does want to grab an expansion pretty soon because he's going to get mined out. These mineral stacks aren't looking too healthy for him. And army count-wise, he is still ahead, but his mineral stacks are looking very unhealthy. He's going to have to float a command center, do something, and get another expansion. Likewise, the Zerg will have to as well. I think both players are going to start dwindling down to a low econ game here, as the Zerg is now effectively almost on one base. Let's see what this dropship tries to do, though. There is a small task force, and I think he's going to unload right here on this Terran heaven, as I like to call it, because the Terran player can really just load up. Oh, he does have a siege tank as well. This is critical. Jinro's going to siege up on this high ground, and it's very difficult for a Zerg player to deal with this. I like how Amanda's loading up. He's going to have to drop off right on top of these forces. I think he does have enough, though, to deal with this. And Jinro is starting to get starved out. Let's take a look at the income. Both players still even. But Jinro's forces, they're expensive, man. I don't think he can afford to keep doing this if he doesn't grab an expansion soon. And Amanda is going to drop with his own forces behind the enemy lines. Brilliant play by both players. They're just multitasking so well. And I think Amanda, yeah, he's going to lose most of his Hydras here. But it doesn't really matter. I still can't really call it either way, guys. Both players are still 2-2 even right now. And I think it's just going to come down to the wire. Neither player has decided to invest 400 minerals into an expansion. And the reason for that is because that's expensive to get a hatchery or a command center. And investing 400 minerals into an expansion, that can actually lose you the game if your opponent attacks you during that window when you could have had actually more units. So now it looks like Amanda is coming across the map. He's got about 5 Overlords. He might be doing some kind of a second Doom drop here. And he's got him fully loaded. I think he's going to drop right into the Terran main Jinro. He does have some forces positioned, but he's moving across the map with the majority of his battle units. And here goes Amanda. He's going to load off his Roaches and Hydras. 1-1 upgrade still, 0-1 still for the mech army. And Jinro falling back with all of his forces to deal with the Zerg threat. The Zerg player is probably going to take out this expansion as Jinro, this is a familiar sight to see. We've seen this like 2 times already. The command center goes down. That is huge. Oh, Jinro losing one of his CCs, and now Amanda picks up and runs away. Nice snipe there, but oh no, the Overlord's here. What are you doing? As Amanda loses the majority of his forces, and now Jinro does have an expansion up. Thank goodness. A fresh expansion. Looks like all he did was just lift off. That's the nice thing if you're a Terran player. You can just say, well, I'm just going to lift off and get the gold. I don't have to invest 400 minerals in a new expansion. So Jinro finally has a fresh source of intake. I don't know what Amanda's talking about. Wow, what an epic game, guys. I still can't call it either way. But I think the Zerg player, oh no, the Zerg player is starting to get mined out. Uh-oh. Income tab is showing both players relatively low. But now, as you guys are going to watch his income just spike up from that gold. Look at that, now approaching 1,000 gold per minute. I think Amanda is going to be in a lot of trouble. Huge battle going on as the siege tanks are going to do significant damage to the Hydralisk. Amanda here doesn't have an expansion. He's just morphing in one, so he calls GG. He calls GG. What an epic Terran versus Zerg. The epitome of Starcraft. Wow, I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. Stay tuned for more games soon to come, guys, as Jinro showed us how to multitask so well. In fact, both players multitasking very, very well this entire game. And it just came down to the wire, guys. It really came down to that OP liftoff ability, get some gold. But I hope you guys enjoyed that game, and stay tuned for more soon to come. HD signing out.